What's up, y'all? Mike here. Welcome back for another devotional. This one coming at you from Mark 4 and 5. Not just a single verse, but we're looking at a big story. And it's a story of how Jesus and his disciples, they're doing powerful ministry on one side of the sea, but suddenly they get into the boat and they begin to cross it. And this is in the evening, and sometime during the night, a mighty storm hits. They begin to panic and they're crying out to Jesus, "Do you not care that we're perishing?" And they're not panicking for no reason. Like, some of them are fishermen, right? They've lived on the sea. They grew up on the sea. They've seen storms. And they've likely had friends and family members die in storms just like that one. But, Jesus gets up and he calms the storm. And after a night long of fighting through the storm and something that would have normally taken just a couple hours, it took them all night. They get to the other side of the sea. And they weren't met with a crowd like the one that they'd left. They were met by a single demon-possessed man living in the tombs. He was an outcast by everybody. He was so far out of his mind that he was living by himself amongst the graves. And when Jesus meets him, the guy falls down at Jesus' feet, and he begins to cry out to Jesus, and Jesus delivers him immediately. And as soon a crowd does begin to form, and when they form, it's not like the usual crowd. They're bringing the sick people to Jesus. No, they're begging Jesus to leave. Saying, "Get out of here." They're begging him to leave. And you know what Jesus does? He complied. After sailing all night through a mighty storm that could have killed them, and he comes, and they immediately ask him to leave. He went all that way, and I think it reveals his heart. He went all that way for one man, for a demon-possessed man, for an outcast, to deliver one man from a lifelong oppression. And you know what? Man, this is the heart of Jesus. And he goes back to the other side of the sea and he's immediately met by another crowd. But I think what's so powerful about this story is that later on, Jesus will come back to this area again, but this time he would be met by a crowd. And it was a crowd that was in the beginning of a powerful work and a powerful ministry. And why? It's because that demon-possessed man, he went back to the Decapolis, to the 10 cities, and he began to testify what Jesus had done in his life. And so when Jesus came back, I believe that people came to see Jesus because of that man's testimony and what he was sharing about what Jesus had done for him. And I think I want to ask you as we end here, how far are you willing to go for the one? How much are you willing to sacrifice for the one? How much are you willing to risk? How much time are you willing to waste? How much are you willing to lay out for the one? It may seem inconsequential. It may seem like a waste of time, but it may to very well be the most impactful thing you will ever do. God bless you all. Let's get after it.